श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम
हरि ओम
अथर्व ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತಿನ ನಾರಾಯಣೋಪನಿಷತ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಭಾಗದ ಮಂಡನೆ ಸೆಮಿನಾರ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವೈದ್ಯರಾಜ ನಾಗರಾಜ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. He is going to talk about Narayanopanishad and its background and its details with respect to what the meanings of this are and what are the hidden meanings in this are. So we will all listen to the seminar by Dr. Nagaraj Shastri. Dr. Nagaraj Shastri, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Aspadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. Offering my most humble prostrations and Dirghadanda Pranama to the venerable Guru Parampara, the illustrious Guru Parampara, which starts from Sakshat Sadashiva himself, right up to the Ubhaya Gurus of the Sringeri Shankar Math and our own beloved Gurugalu, Sri Vedabrahma Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Swami, Lakshmi Narasimha, I hereby attempt to decipher the wonderful meaning of the transcendental knowledge that is embedded in this wonderful Upanishad called Narayana Upanishad. Now, my dear Sahapadis, the name of this Upanishad is Narayanopanishad. It consists of two words, Narayana and Upanishad. So it's very obvious that this is an Upanishad which is on Narayana. But first, even before getting into that, let us try to understand what is this word Upanishad. As we know, the rich heritage and knowledge of our dharma, the Vaidika dharma, is in the Vedas. Vedas are called as Shrutis, something which has been heard or perhaps realized by the mantra drashtaras, the yogis of the yore, something which has been revealed to them in their heightened level of spiritual enlightenment. Now, these Shrutis were so huge and the body of knowledge was so high that one person in his lifetime could never learn it. That was the amount of knowledge. And that is when the great sage Vaishampayana, who did this Herculean task of classifying the Vedas into 4 categories. He divided, so he got the name Veda Vyasa, who did the Vyasa of the Vedas. So that is why it is now as Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvana Veda. Each of these Vedas have 4 parts in turn in them. The Samhitas, the Aranyakas, the Brahmanas and the Upanishad. Now Samhita is a bunch. Basically, it's a bunch of mantras, like you have a bunch of twigs. The first part of the Vedas is all of Samhitas, the reverential hymns for all the gods, to how to propitiate the gods, how to get their attention and how to get the benefits of propitiating them is there in the first part, which is the Samhitas. The Aranyakas are those which give details of the ritualistic ceremonies, all the Shodasha Samskaras and all these comes in the Aranyaka. And in the Brahmana Bhaga, the Brahmana part gives us details of how the Havana, Homa, Yaga, Yagnas are to be done. Who is a Hadvaryu? Who is a Hota? All these details come in that part. And the last part is called as the Upanishad. The word Upanishad comes from 2 syllables, Upa and Nishad. Upa means near and Nishad sitting near. So that knowledge which has been revered over generations by a Shishya sitting next to the Guru. I still remember those wonderful days when in our own Gurukula, I used to sit next to our Gurugalu and then get the Pata. So that is the real Upanishad, where you learn directly from the Guru. And this has been going on for ages, from Guru to Shishya, and that Shishya becomes the Guru. That is why the importance of this Upanishad. And then, since it comes in the end of the Vedas, that is why it is called Vedanta. It's also called as Vedanta. Now, coming to this, the Narayana Upanishad. Let us see how the construct of the Upanishad is. This Upanishad, of course, starts with the Shanti Mantra. We'll go into that later. Is basically made of 4 parts. And the wonder, my friends, is that each of these parts is taken from one of these Vedas. The first part of the Narayana Upanishad comes from the Rig Veda, the second from the Yajur, the third from the Sama, and the fourth from the Atharva. And then it ends with a Phalashruti. Now we ask, why is Phalashruti? Even in the Vishnu Sahasranama, we have a Phalashruti. Whatever Nama or whatever we chant, we have a Phalashruti in the end. That is the wonderful wisdom of our great Mantradashtaras, the Rishis and the Munish. They knew the limitation of the human mind. Whatever we need to do, we ask, it's a human tendency to ask, why should I do it? What is the benefit? So the Narayana Upanishad in the end says, why you should do all this? It gives you an immense details of what are the immense benefits you get. So let us see all this in detail. But first, when we start, let's start with the Shanti mantra, which we chant at the beginning of each and every mantra. Even in our Veda Gurukula, we say that, Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavahi. What is this? Why do we chant this? This is preparing the context, preparing the mind or the mental construct that you have to have to start studying the Upanishads. It is definitely not. Normally, we have a misnomer that this Upanishad, this Vedanta is all for people who are retired. After you do everything in life, in the end of your life, you study Upanishad. That is the very wrong perception that has come in all of us. What is the right one? Our Shanti mantra says it, and that is why we utter it at every instance. Om Sahana Vavatu. Oh Lord, protect both of us. Who are these both of us? The Guru and Shishya. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Give us the nourishment. Whom? Both the Guru and Shishya. Together they pray, oh Lord, give us, nourish us, protect us. And then I was telling about the construct of the mind. What is the attitude with which you have to study the Upanishad? Saha Viryan Karavavahai. It should be Viryavat. It should be with a lot of vigor. The study of the Upanishad, the transcendental knowledge must be studied with a lot of vigor. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Adhite is studying Adhyayana, doing Adhyayana. Oh, you should be Tejasvis. You should be the very embodiment of light and the knowledge of the light of knowledge. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Vidvisha is Vaishamya. We should, between the Guru and Shishya, let there not come any vidvisha. Let there not be any kind of animosity between the Guru and Shishya. Ma vidvishavahai. So, oh Lord, please take care of all this. Then finally it says, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let there be peace. Now, it is with this construct of mind, it is with this being Viryavat, being Tejasvi, being complete, with mental peace, that is what you have to study the Upanishad. Now, once we are in this frame of mind, now let us go in more detail into understanding what this great Upanishad, Narayana Upanishad, talks about. As I said earlier, my dear friends, the 4 parts are from 4 different Vedas. The first set of mantras start from the Rig Veda. Let us see what the first Anuvaka says. Om Ata Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayata Prajasrajayeti. So the Upanishadkara says, it seems Narayana Kamayata, the Purusha Narayana, the Param Purusha, he desired. What did he desire? Prajasrajayeti. He wanted to do Srijana Karya. He wanted to create Praja. He wanted to do creation. So then what happened? As a consequence of that, Narayana Prano Jayate. Now here the word Narayana is used in the 5th declension of the noun form, the Panchami Vibhakti, Narayanat, as in Ramat. So from Narayana came Prana, Narayana Prano Jayate. From Narayana came Prana. Manas sarvendriyani cha, the manas, all the indriyas, everything came from Narayana. Kham vayur jyotirapah prithvi vishwasya dharini. So kham is akasha, vayu, air, jyoti, light, apaha, water, prithvi, earth. And all of this, which is together held by the Vishwa, the world, everything came from Narayana. Then further it goes, Narayanat Brahma Jayate. Brahma came from Narayana. Narayanat Rudro Jayate. Rudra came from Narayana. Narayanat Indro Jayate. Indra came from Narayana. Then like this it goes, Narayanat Prajapataya Prajayante. Prajapati is the Praja. The Prajapati here is the leader of the Prajas, which is the kings and the Prajas. All of them came from Narayana. Further it says, Narayana Dvadashaditya Rudra Vasavas Sarvani Cha Chanda Gumsi. So from Narayana came the Dvadashadityas. Here it may be noted, Aditya. When we say the word Aditya, we always refer to the sun. He is just one of them. Who are these Adityas? The children of Aditi are Adityas. So there are 12 such Adityas, Ashta Vasus, 8 Vasus, and the Rudras. So all these Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, all of them came from Narayana. Then and Chandagams, all the Chandas. Now we will see later the mantra Om Namo Narayana, it comes, it is in Anushtup Chandas. Like that we have the Gayatri Chandas. We have so many Chandas, all these Chandas came from Narayana. Further they go to say, Narayana Deva Samutpadyante, all of these have come only from Narayana. Narayanat Eva Samutpadyante, all of them have come only from Narayana. Then Narayane, now it goes to the 6th declension, Narayane, like, sorry, it's the 7th declension, the Saptami Vibhakti, like Rame. So Narayane Pravartante, all these things are working inside Narayana. They are all, the pravarti is happening inside Narayana. And finally, what happens? Narayane Praliyante. During Pralaya, finally everything goes into Narayana. Oh, this part, this is the description of Narayana in the Rigveda. Now next, go to the second part, which is basically taken from the Yajurveda. What does the description of Narayana come here? Atha Nityo Narayanaha. Narayana is that Nitya Shuddha Surupa who is always there, who was never, who was always there, who ever will be. He is Nitya. Brahma Narayanaha. Narayana is Brahma. Shivascha Narayanaha. Narayana is Shiva. Shakrascha Narayana. Here they are referring to Vishnu. So Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, all of them are Narayana. Then Dyava Prativyaucha Narayanaha. The Akasha, Prithvi, everything is Narayana. Kalascha Narayana. Kala, the time is Narayana. Dishascha Narayana, all the dikkus, the dishas, that is the directions of Narayana. Urdvascha Narayana, Adascha Narayana. When all things above you, all things below you is Narayana. Antarbahishcha Narayana. Everything inside you, everything outside you is complete Narayana. Then it says, Narayana Vedagam Sarvam. Narayana Eva Idagam Sarvam. Everything is Narayana Eva. Everything is Narayana. Then it goes further, says, Yat Bhutam Yatcha Bhavyam Bhutakala, whatever was in the past, whatever will come in the future, all are Narayana. Then it gives an explanation of the characteristics of Narayana. What does it say? Nishkalo Niranjano Nirvikalpo Nirakyata Shuddho Deva Eko Narayana. Nishkalo, one who is Nishkalanka, who is blemishless. Niranjano, who is shining like a light of effulgence, who is Nirvikalpo, he has no Nirvikalpa, he is completely out of all forms and limitations. Nirakhyata, he has no parallel forms. Niraakhya, there is no akhyata for him. And Nitya Shuddho, he is ever pure. And he is Deva. Who is this? Deva Eko Narayana, he is the only Narayana, or Narayana only can have all such qualities in him. And then it says, Nadvitiyosti Kaschita, there is no second to Narayana. Kaschita, for sure. There is no second to Narayana. Then it says, Ya Evam Veda. This itself is Veda. Or it says, this is the essence of the Veda. Then there is a small Palashruti given here. What happens to a person who really realizes all this? Sa Vishnureva Bhavati, Sa Vishnureva Bhavati, Sa Vishnureva Bhavati. The person becomes Vishnu himself. That is the explanation for Narayana, or the Upasana of Narayana given in the Yajurveda. Now let us go to the third part, where it talks about the most important mantra in Narayana Upasana, Om Namo Narayanaya. The details of the next set of mantras are totally focused on this, and this set is taken from the Samaveda. So what does it say? Om ityagre vyaharet. Om iti agre. Agre means agravaga, the front portion. The front portion of this mantra, the agra, is Om. And what vyaharet? What are these vyaharats? Now, when we chant the Gayatri mantra, we all know We say Om Bhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Suvaha. There are Sapta Vyahritis. Om Bhu, Om Bhuvaha, Om Suvaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tabha, Om Satyam, which signify or represent the 7 lokas. Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, up to Satya Loka. So ideally you should chant all the 7 and then do the Gayatri. That is the full Gayatri. However, that Vyahritis are, I can say, concocted in Om. That's what it says. Om Ityagre Vyahrit. So for Om Namo Narayanaya, Om itself is the Vyahriti. That's the meaning of this. And then Nama Iti Paschat. After Om, Paschat, after Om comes Namaha. Then Narayana Yetyuparishtat. Uparishtat is after that, over and above that, you have Narayanaya. So Om Namaha Narayanaya. Now, it further gives the explanation of the words, the padas. Om ityek aksharam. So the pada is made of the first Om is made of only 1 akshara. Then Nama iti dve akshare namaha. So there are 2 aksharas. Narayana yeti panchaksharani. Narayanaya, the 5 aksharas. So Om Namaha Narayanaya. Altogether, how much is it? Etadvai Narayanasyastaksharam padam. This etad, the Narayana Ashtakshara padam, it is made of 8 aksharas. Now, having described these 8 aksharas as Om Namo Narayanaya, now what happens to a person who studies this? Yoha vai Narayanasyastaksharam padam adhyeti. Yohu Narayana Ashtakshara padam adhyeti. Who does the adhyayana of this? The person who worships this or does the chanting of this, does the adhyayana. What happens to him? Anapabrava sarvamayureti. It says he gets sarvamayureti. He gets all kinds of ayassu. Or the meaning of this is anapabrava. What kind of ayassu? Having ayassu is one thing. Having good life. But what you have a life with a lot of problems. Yes, anapabrava, unblemished life. You will have a ayassu which unblemished. Then what happens further? Vindate prajapatyagam rayasposhango patyam. So he will get prajapatitva. You will become a prajapati. You will become the leader of the masses. Rayasposham, you will get immense wealth. And gopatyam. Gopatyam is a known form of being a gopati. In those days, being a gopati, having hundreds of thousands of cows was considered as a wealth, godhana. So by saying this, by chanting this, by doing the upasana of this, you become gopati as well. Then further it says, Tatomrutattvamashnute, Tatomrutattvamashnota iti, Tataha amrutattvamashnute. The person gets amrutatva. And then it repeats that. Why is that repeat? Because it is reinforcement. Yes, definitely. Tataha amrutattvamashnota iti. The person gets amrutatva definitely. Ya evam Veda. This itself is the essence of the Veda. This is what is said about Narayana in the Sama Veda. Now let us go to the next part, the 4th part, which is taken from the Atharvana Veda. What does this say? Pratyaganandam Brahma Purusham Pranava Swarupam. So this part is all about the Pranava Swarupa. What is the Pranava Swarupa? It is our own Omkara. That is called as Pranava Swarupa. So how is it? What is the characteristics? What are the features? Pratyaganandam, Pratyagananda, one which is filled with internal bliss. Somebody who is completely in bliss. Brahma Purusham, the Brahma Purusha who is in internal bliss, he is also the Pranava Swarupa, the Omkara. Now it says further, how is that Omkara constituted? How is it formed? Akara, Ukara, Makara, Iti. So the Om is made of 3 syllables, A, U and Ma. That is why when you say Om, Aum, A, U, Ma together forms the sound Om. Now it further explains how did this Omkara, what is the important? Thane kada samabharatta deta domiti. Now that which was in itself engulfed form, it grew, it became anekadha, and it became in such a way that it became finally Omiti. The Brahma Purusha became Om itself. And then Yam Muktva, now it goes to further says, one who does the Om Upasana, What happens to him? One who says Om, one who chants Om, one who does the dhyana of Om. Yam uktva muchyate yogi janma samsara bandhana. Whoever chants the Om, what happens to him? He is a yogi and he goes out of the janma samsara bandhana. Whatever we call a punarapi jananam, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jetare shayanam, whatever Shankaracharya has said. So the janma samsara, the between the birth and death, the cycle, the repeated cycle of birth and death gets, or you go away out of that repeated cycle of birth and death. Who gets that benefit? One who chants the pranava, one who does the pranavopasana. Then further it says, Om Namo Narayana Yeti Mantropasaka. The person who now also chants Om Namo Narayanaya, the Mantropasaka, what happens to him? Vaikunta Bhuvana Lokangamishyati. He goes to the Vaikunta Bhuvana Loka. Bhuvana is palace, basically. So in the Vaikunta palace, he goes there. Then it further describes what happens there. How is that Vaikunta Bhuvana Loka? Tadidam param pundarikam vejnana ghanam. Tat idam param pundarikam. Pundarika is lotus. It is like the lotus. And where it is in your own heart. It is the lotus Kamala in the central of your heart. And it is the Vijnana Ghana. Ghana is the Ghanikrata form, the solidified, the concocted form. The one, the very essence of all this is in that. And he gives a simile here. A simile, what is the simile? Says, Tasma tadidavan matram. Tadida is lightning. So when lightning strikes, you see the intense light that comes. It flashes like this and the whole world is lit for a second. That intense amount of light is what you will experience when you are in that Omkaropasana, when you are doing Narayana, or why you are in the Vaikunta Bhuvana Loka. That is how it describes. The simile given is that. Then all this was a kind of Nirgunopasana. Now, again, the mantra drashtaras know that everybody cannot do Nirgunopasana. So they need a little bit of Sagunopasana. Some form you need to attach yourself. And that is where they say, the Narayana, whom we described so much hitherto, is also somebody whom you and me know. Who is he? Brahmanyo Devaki Putro. The Brahmana who was, when he say Brahmana here, it is not the Brahmana of our the Varnashrama Dharma. It is the Brahmana who is on the Brahma Marga, the Parabrahma Swarupa Brahmana. He is the Devaki Putra. Who is he? Lord Krishna. He is a Devaki Putra, and the same Brahmanyo Madhusudanom, the same Krishna who was the killer of Madhu, the Rakshasa Madhu, the one who destroyed the demon Madhu, Brahmanyo Madhusudanom. Then it says, Sarvabhutastame Kannarayanam. All the bhutas, every life form, everything that is in this world is Narayana. Also it says, Karana Rupa Makara Parabrahmo. He is the Karana Rupa. Everything that happens here. There is also a saying which says, Trinamapi Nachalati Tena Vina. Without his will, nothing, not even a Trina moves ahead. Like that here it says, the Karana of everything is Narayana. And then he is the Akara Parabrahma. The very Akara means the initial, the first letter. So like that, the Parabrahma, the very essence of Parabrahma is Narayana. Then it says, Etat Atharvashiro, because this came from the Atharvana Veda. This is the Atharvashiro. Yo Adhite, who studies this? What happens to him? One not only study, one who does the Pranavopasana, one who does the Mantropasana, one who does all this, whatever is described here, what happens to him? Prataradhi yano ratre kratam papanna shayati. If you do the Upasana, Adhyayana in the morning, all the papas, all the negative effects or the negative karmas that you might have done in the night gets destroyed. And what happens further? Sayamadhi yano divasakratam papanna shayati. If you do the same thing, if you do the Pranavopasana, Narayana mantra, Upasana in the evening, all the sins, all the negative karmas that you might have affected in the day gets washed away. Then it goes further, it says, Madhyandinamadityabhimukho diyanaha. Madhyana. What is Madhyana? Madhyana is that part of the day when the sun is complete in its full form, in its full glory. So if you Adityabimuko, if you do this Adhyayana, if you do this Upasane with facing Aditya, what happens? They give a special benefit here. Panchapatako Upapatakat Pramochyate. The Panchapatakas and the Upapatakas, the ill effect of that will go away. What are these Panchapatakas? Let's have a little brief look into that. It is said, any of us as a human form, if you are here, these are 5 things you must avoid. They are Mahapatakas. They are sins of the highest order you should never do. What are they? Brahmahatya, Shishuhatya, Surapana, Swarnastheya, Gurutalpagamana. Brahmahatya, killing of a Brahmana or killing of anybody who is in the spiritual path. Shishuhatya, killing small kids, and all the Bruna Hatya, all that happens, and the abortions and all those that happen. Never ever do. And then also here it also means animals. Never do that. Surapana, alcohol, intoxication, intoxicated drinks. Swarnastheya, Swarna is the gold, stealing gold. And Gurutalpagamana, Gurudroha. Never ever do this. And this is the Mahapataka. Similarly, there are something called as Upapatakas, smaller, the lesser deals, the lesser evils, you can say, like not giving dana to a Brahmana, Vipra Ninde, doing Apahasya of Vipra. So all these things are there are many such Upapatakas described in the text, and that's a big commentary on its own. But anyway, all these, even by mistake, if you have done it, knowingly, unknowingly, jane me, anjane me, if you have done it also, what happens if you do this Upasane of Narayanaya, Adityabimuka, Panchapataka, Upapatakas, all the effect of all that will get nullified. And then the ultimate of all benefits it gives here. Sarva Veda Parayana Punya Labhate. What is this Sarva Veda Parayana? I'm sure all of us know, and our Gurukula can ratify this. To study one Veda full time under a Guru in a Gurukula, one person requires 8 to 12 years. And further, if you have to study all the 4 Vedas, imagine 12 into 4, 48, 50, half your life will be gone. But still, if somebody does that, and if you get so much of Punya, that is the Sarva Veda Parayana Punya. But that amount of Punya you will get by just chanting the Om Namo Narayanaya mantra, or doing the Upasana of Narayana and chanting the Narayana Upanishad. Sarva Veda Parayana Punya Labhate. That is the amount of Punya you will gain by doing the chanting of Narayana Upanishad. And then it says, what is the penultimate? Narayana Sayujyamavapnoti. What is this Narayana Sayujya? Now, my friends, we all know that the fourfold goal that our Mantradrashtaras have given to us in life. The Chaturveda Purusharthas. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Now, Moksha Sadhana is the highest. That is the highest goal. Now, even in Moksha, there are 4 kinds of Moksha that you can attain. Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, and Sayujya Moksha. Salokya, Saloka, you go to the same Loka as Vishnu. That is the first step. Samipya, Samipa, you go to Vishnu Samipa, you go near Vishnu. And the third one, Sarupya, you become like Vishnu. Whereas the 4th one, which is the highest form of moksha, is Sayujya Moksha, where you become Vishnu himself. And that is what the benefit you get of chanting Narayana Upanishad. That is what it says. Narayana Sayujya Mavapnoti. And then it reiterates, it ratifies that. Narayana Sayujya Mavapnoti. That is the reason, my friends, this mantra is chanted in each and every Vaikuntha Samaradhana function. If you see anywhere, a lot of other mantras are chanted. We go to the Shikshavalli, Bhrugavalli, after all that, compulsorily this is done, because that is where the jiva is, the transmigration of the soul is happening, and the person is, at least we desire that he goes to the Narayana Sayujya. And that is the wonder of this great Upanishad. That is why it finally says, Ya evam Veda. This itself is Veda. This is the essence of Veda. Upanishad. This is the Upanishad. Finally, it ends with the same Shanti mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति 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 तत्सर्वं श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.
Excellent. It's a beautiful rendering. All of us who want to do the seminar should learn from Dr. Vaidyaraju Nagaraj Shastri, not just the Samskrita part and the contents, but the manner in which he uses the three parts. The mind, of course, is focused on the content and Tatparya. The Vak, the modulation of the voice to emphasize and drive home the point that no one can ever forget, and the body language, Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, all of that focused on this. We should learn how to make a presentation and a seminar. And Nagaraj, you have done the Mandana very well, excellent,
Thank you,
and
sir.
it is a good preparation. You have, of course,
Thank
done
you.
the superficial level of discussion. You would have missed out. You would have, for paucity of time,
Yes.
you would have
Yes.
left out many things. But
Yes.
that is part of a patha pravachana, not the upanyasa like this. So, excellent job, good job, Rohit.
Thank you, sir. Ananta धन्यवादाः.
Rohit.